Hello, hello, and welcome back to another Chris McPherson show. Live watch along, some more NBL action. Welcome back to those of you who joined us yesterday. We saw the New Zealand Breakers get it done against Sydney Kings, but tonight it is the defending champions, the Illawarra Hawks, playing host to the South East Melbourne Phoenix. The rising stars of 2025-26, the Phoenix are certainly on the march. They sit third on the ladder and will want to ensure a win tonight, especially considering that Perth are in action immediately following this up against the ladder leaders Melbourne. Be a chance to further stake their top three claims and potentially even nip at the heels of Adelaide 36ers, who sit in second. Lots on the line tonight as we head towards that second half of the season, coming back from the FIBA break, and certainly looking forward to breaking it all down for you, talking our way through it and seeing what the game delivers. If it is your first time joining us on the stream, then make sure to hit subscribe. Get involved in the comments. Give us a like down below. All of the above. Always good to have you all with us here on the Chris McPherson Show. Plenty more content coming on the Chris McPherson Show too. We'll be keeping a bit of an eye on the Test cricket while we go tonight. The Ashes, as it plays out. But looking forward to seeing what this dishes up and delivers as well this match. It's going to be an interesting one for certain. Big weekend in basketball as well. As I said, Perth and South East Melbourne, a top four clash. Perth and Melbourne, sorry, a top four clash. Following this one, we won't be doing a watch long for it, unfortunately, just with a late start and some other commitments. Then tomorrow night, it's Adelaide, Brisbane. Saturday, New Zealand up against Tasmania to start the afternoon off. Illawarra will back up Saturday night again at home against Cairns. And then Sunday afternoon, we're going to be doing a live watch-along for the Sunday doubleheader. South East Melbourne versus Melbourne, a big clash, the throwdown in Melbourne into Perth and Adelaide. Bryce comes back to the jungle. Bryce Cotton, the reigning MVP, returns for his first away game at Perth after he left Perth Wildcats at the end of last season after an extended stint and joined the Adelaide 36ers. That one is going to be an absolute cracker as well. So we're looking forward to bringing both of those to you on Sunday. Really looking forward to bringing you that extra content. There's going to be lots dropping over the next few days as well around, obviously, the Test cricket. A little bit more happening in a few other spaces as well. The F1 coming to a season's end. We'll be recapping that once we get through Abu Dhabi. 3 drivers still in the championship hunt. So much to dig into, so much to look forward to. But right now, the short-term focus, Illawarra and South East Melbourne. Good to have you with us. If you're just joining us for the first time, hit subscribe. If you're coming back, jump into the comments, let us know. Say hello again. Always good to have returning people. Always great to have new people as well. All welcome here, that is for certain. And if you've got any friends that are basketball fans, make sure to share the channel with them as well. Or if they're into those other sports as well, we cover plenty of different sports across our landscape with our daily doses, as well as our live watch-alongs and some other pieces that we'll have coming in the very near future with some interview pieces as well from people around the sporting landscape. So looking forward to being able to unveil that. But in the meantime, as I said, right now it's 3rd versus 9th coming head-to-head on Illawarra's home court. The defending champion, they are 9th. A win today would see them leapfrog both Brisbane and New Zealand. So an opportunity there for them to really climb up the ladder. They could climb up as high as 7th. It'd be a big result for them. They are 4 and 9. South East Melbourne, the reverse, 9 and 4. So interesting to see what happens here. JaVale McGee is going to be the key focus. Dave O'Hickey, we saw him for the Aussie Boomers, really getting the job done. So can he bring that form back to the Hawks? It'll be interesting to see. The South East Melbourne team, they'll be looking to get off to a good start. Get the ball to Geordie Hunter, get him involved, and try and shut down JaVale McGee. They need to keep that defensive intensity up on the other side for Illawarra. And just keep that ball movement happening. Create for JaVale, but don't expect him to get it all done himself. They've got plenty of other threats if they can get them to fire and gel. So looking forward to that. Eric, how you going? Depends what country you're in at the moment, mate. We've been having this discussion over the last few weeks. We weren't told that in the US you'd be able to watch it on NBA TV, but that hasn't appeared to be the case for a lot of users. If you're outside of the US, I'm not too sure. Australia, New Zealand, you can watch it through ESPN, Australia, New Zealand. So that's how we watch it. Yeah, so Texas, my best guess is NBA TV. But as I said, we've had a lot of American guests on in our recent watch-alongs, and the best they've been able to find, without trying to blow our own horn here, has been listening along and staying up to date with our commentary and live scoring. So love to have a better offer for you, a better answer, but that's kind of where we sit. Certainly more than happy to keep you up to date along the game, mate, as you go here, as Illawarra gets set to take on South East Melbourne Phoenix in Wollongong. The Hawks contingent of fans are out in strong voice and strong force. And his Space Jam round as well. So teams playing in some Space Jam themed kits. But I'll tell you what, this is an interesting one. A lot separates them on the ladder, but both teams have aspirations to move into the next bracket. South East Melbourne want to get into that top two, lock themselves down a semi-final berth. Illawarra, they want to make sure that they're hunting those play-in spots, and a win today would go a long way to doing that. There would then just be one win outside of the play-in games behind Tasmania. And again, with a game against Cairns this week, if they go 2-0 this weekend, it would be big. So, yeah, so this is the NBL. It would be the NBA TV, though. There was a deal done about that earlier in the season. I'll see if I can find that and drop it in the comments for you, mate. So again, this is all I'm getting from just having a look at this, mate. I'll come back to you shortly with a link into the chat. Just need to find the right one. But we are getting set for this game to get underway. Not long now till this one tips off. Hawks just going through the last of their conversations here. All set for tip-off. I'll drop that link in the chat for you now, Eric. Talks about it from Fox Sports. That should give you some direction, mate. But outside of that, I can't be of much more help. We can't stream it to you because if we do that, we will have our channel shut down. More than happy to keep you up to date along the way, though. If you're just joining us for the first time, I'd love it if you could give the video a like. Hit subscribe down below as well if you feel the mood striking you. But we are looking forward to it. South East Melbourne up against the Illawarra Hawks in Illawarra. All but set for tip-off. Let's have a look at the starting fives for both sides. Let's bring that up in a moment. So looking at South East Melbourne Phoenix. Their starting five will be John Brown III, Geordie Hunter, Daniel Foster, Nathan Sobey, their captain, and Wes Awundu. While for the Illawarra Hawks, no surprises. It'll be JaVale McGee, Tyler Harvey, Will Davo Hickey, Wani Swakala Bullock, and Mason Peatling starting for them. JaVale McGee will be the focal point, you would think, for this Illawarra attack. He has been absolutely their star recruit and three-time NBA champion. Wes Awundu and John Brown, the third, the two star imports. On the other side, for South East Melbourne, we'll see what they can deliver for the visitors tonight. All getting set now for tip-off. First quarter almost underway. As you're just joining us for the first time, great to have you. Let us know where you're tuning in from. JaVale McGee, he's got the nose strip on. He's ready to go. The Hawks in their Space Jam jersey. They've got the Monstars theme. South East Melbourne. Geordie Hunter, the middleman, the big. And they're white with the green trim. Just wearing the traditional away jersey. No Space Jam theme for them on the road tonight. But we're set. McGee v Hunter. The tip-off. And we're underway in Wollongong. Geordie Hunter gets it. Fumble, though. Dave O'Hickey comes away with it. Misses the first bucket, but gets fouled. So he will go to the line to start us for the Illawarra Hawks. Straight up to the line for Dave O'Hickey. 2 free throws to get us started. He's got the goggles. He's got the headband. And he's got the first point. The Hawks take the first lead after just 5 seconds of play. Hickey again. Second free throw attempt for him. Drains it 2 from 2. The Hawks lead. Phoenix won that first tip off, but couldn't control it. Foster playing the point. Defended hard by Harvey. Hunter with a 3-point attempt. Well overdone. Awandu gets underneath it, gets the bucket with the rebound. 30 seconds gone. Working it around. Illawarra fast ball movement. They go wide. That's Peatling now with it on the 3-point line. JaVale McGee, fumble. Hunter takes it. And Sobey will start things up now for the Phoenix. Phoenix take a 3 through Sobey. Misses again. Still 2-all. Almost a minute gone here. Good to have you joining us with a live watch along. South East Melbourne versus Illawarra. McGee misses another bucket. Shooting not exactly at a premium early here in Wollongong. Sobey slices his way through. McGee gets the stop. Does he foul? Sobey's asking for goaltending. I think Sobey's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. He is. Not a great start. Illawarra, none from 2 shots in the field. South East Melbourne, 1 from 3. Sobey makes the bucket to give South East Melbourne their first lead of the game. Goes through his rehearsal motions. And he gets this one. 4-2, South East Melbourne lead. Just over a minute gone. Work this out. Dave O'Hickey. McGee trying to find some space. Hunter all over him like a cheap suit. Harvey drives into the lane. Gets up and under. Misses the bucket, but again draws the foul. And again will go to the free throw line. Haven't got a field goal yet. Showing as none from 1, but that's 3 times they've gone to the bucket and 3 times they haven't been able to score. Harvey gets the first of his free throws. And the second, tied up again. Daniel Foster. He'll lead the point. Sobey moves into shooting range, trying to find an opening. Sobey, you've got 2 defenders on him, doesn't mind. Steps back, shoots over, doesn't go. Hunter gets a hand to it, can't control it. Swackle Bullock takes it, tries to go down court, absolutely butchers the shot. Didn't even get anywhere near the hoop. And Awandu will take a 3-point shot at the other end, leaves it short. Swackle Bullock's back there, takes the rebound. Certainly not a demonstration of wonderful shooting. Dave O'Hickey goes in, gets an open look, and there we go. First field goal for the Hawks. They get the lead on their home court. 2 minutes 10 gone in the first quarter here. Awundu finds an open. Geordie Hunter wasn't far away from that three-point shot, but doesn't go. Peatling finds the rebound out wide. Harvey now floats it over. McGee feints the pass a couple of times, draws two players, hook shot over the top, thinks he's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Doesn't find the target though. Awundu drives into the paint. Finds a couple of bodies, spins, gets it away. John Brown the third, can't get it to go. Foster tries to get the rebound. He's out-muscled by Harvey, and it lands in the hands of Dave O'Hickey. This is a far from strong shooting night so far, but Peatling gets himself on the board. Little assist thanks to Dave O'Hickey, and all of a sudden Illawarra lead by 4. Another miss, this time Geordie Hunter. South East Melbourne shooting at 14%. Illawarra, it says 50%. Fouls have saved them a couple of times. Tyler Harvey looks to float it in. McGee gets it home, just a little floater, and pops it up and in. Double digits for the Hawks. They lead by 6. McGee averaging 21.5 points a game. He's 4th best in the NBL at the moment. John Brown gets an open look and misses from a mid-range jumper. That is not good for South East Melbourne. They're 1 from 9 from the field. You'll need to sort this out. We talked about they needed a quick start. Dave O'Hickey sells it, doesn't get it. That was acrobatic and dramatic, but he's not getting the call. Ball out of bounds, Phoenix ball. We'll see some changes come in. QJ Peterson in for Illawarra, as is Daniel Greeder. John Brown the third just slices through and then Flick passes it out for Awundu, who again misses from 3. McGee straight away gives it to Peterson, one of his fellow imports. Tries to set the screen. Peatling swings it wide. 3-point open look. Harvey misses, but we're going to have him call for travel anyway. Angus Glover out there for the Phoenix. As is a Ketchalier. Glover with a 3, finds the front of the ring. Ball back with Peterson, wide down the right. Sweeps around, goes straight to the lane, little jumper, nice and easy, takes the bucket. They're out to an 8-point lead here. Currently South East Melbourne shooting at 9%. I can't remember seeing a team in single digits when they've got double-digit shots, and they get another miss, this time from Alier. Make that 8%. QJ Peterson for 3. Drains it, my goodness. Josh King needs something here. 15-4, 5 minutes gone, 5 to go in the first quarter. And Illawarra Hawks are showing the form that suggests they are much better than 9th on the ladder. If you're joining us for the first time, get involved in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. If you're having a little bit of a dabble, a little bit of a bet, let us know who you're chasing. We'll try and cheer for them. Obviously, if people are on both sides, we can't cheer for all of you, but it'll keep it interesting. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe down below as well. That would be wonderful. We can continue to grow our channel and grow what we can deliver. How are they losing, Eric? Well, they're shooting at 8.3%. They've 1 from 12 from the field. That is the summary of how they're losing at the moment, while Illawarra are 5 from 8 and have been to the free throw line 4 times. So that's the reality of it at the moment. Illawarra are outplaying them, out-shooting them, out-defending them, out-rebounding them at the moment. Even the rebound count is 10-4 in Illawarra's favour. So they're just outplaying them at the moment. Inbound ball for the Phoenix. Aaliyah, we've got Sobey. Glover's out there as well. Wundu inbounding the ball. So who's playing the big man role? Glover out there, so Wundu playing as Aaliyah playing as a big, and they've lost that back over half court. It'll be a backcourt violation, will it? It will be. And the Hawks will get the ball again. Far from ideal when you're down by 11 already, giving up possession. Peterson does his work against Glover, gets over the top, doesn't go. Glover rebounds, that's positive. Phoenix on the quick break. Sobey's in, open. Nice little ball in for a Wundu, and he just sweeps it up and over. Gets him a bucket back, drops the deficit to 9. That's better basketball from the Phoenix. Up tempo, works for them. They're a hustling team. Harvey, Peterson, will switch over. Runs in, gets a better Glover. Illawarra are looking clinical at the moment. Nathan Sobey, Aaliyah, Glover fires it like a rocket to Sobey. Swings it wide to Wundu. Cuts back in, gives it to John Brown, and he'll get the and one. That's big. I don't think he was expecting the pass. He had to juggle it, and as he took his time to get the shot away, the Illawarra defender just made contact. Illawarra out to a flyer here, but as we've seen, no lead is safe in the NBL. We've seen leads of 20 plus run down this year. Brown adds the extra. 17-9, 8-point ball game. 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. It's been an electric first 6 minutes of basketball. Good to have you with us. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Get involved in the comments. Love to have a nice active comment section. Let us know your thoughts. Got any questions about the game? Nice little fadeaway for the Hawks again. Back out to 10 points. That was Dave O'Hickey. Maldonado's out there now. Could he be the spark? He's been really good at points this year, Maldonado. Gets it wide. Open shot for Aaliyah for 3. Doesn't go again. They've slightly uplifted that shooting percentage, but not by a whole lot. And wow, that is big basketball. What have we got the call there? Is the bucket going to count, or are we calling an offensive foul? Greeta's gone in hard. Sobey, I don't know that he was set. He did his best to make it look like he was set. Don't think he had his feet down, to be honest. But we'll see if they challenge this. Looks like they will. Looks like we're going to have a coach's challenge. Sobey's not looking confident. We'll wait and see. And I need to find that magic water from Space Jam at the moment. It is Space Jam round. Sobey up in the air. A bit going on as they review this. Interesting to see. Sobey was certainly vertical. But whether he's set is the question, because he's, I think, got 1 foot down when the contact is on. Interesting to see how this is interpreted. Coach's challenge is successful. So the bucket should count, I think. It will. So we're 21-9, 12-point lead. Greedy gets his first points. Just jumping on for the first time. Get involved in the comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Great to have you on board. End decision there was that Sobey didn't actually draw enough contact for it to be an offensive foul. So South East Melbourne, what do they find here? They need something big in the last 3 minutes and 10 seconds of this first quarter. Sobey, a huge deep three. Doesn't go. Shooting still under 20%. Nice ball inside. Peterson just inside the three-point arc. He'll take two. And Josh King must be scratching his head here. Peterson up to 9 points already, shooting at 80%. Another miss from Maldonado, but he's drawn the foul. He'll go to the line. But yeah, QJ Peterson coming off the bench has the same number of points as the South East Melbourne Phoenix. Remember, in the South East Melbourne Phoenix, they've played 7 minutes and 13 seconds. QJ Peterson's played 3 minutes and 17 seconds. So 4 minutes more basketball, 4 extra players on the court, and they're all level. And Maldonado misses his first free throw. Things going from bad to worse. They're currently shooting at 18.7%. They are 3 from 4 from the free throw line so far. Maldonado leaves that one short. JaVale McGee's worn it in the face. Good news is that'll be free burgers for NBL fans through Hungry Jacks. You just need the code word effort. So South East Melbourne are doing something right by their fans. They're getting them some free cheeseburgers. You can claim it via the NBL app with the code effort. QJ Peterson. Can he take the lead in the one-on-one battle for him versus the whole team of South East Melbourne? No, he misses the three. Aaliyah with the rebound. They go on the quick break. Well, he's going to try and do it all himself, is he? He is, and he just gets dispossessed by Greeter. Greeter pops it in. JaVale McGee returns it to Greeter. A little fumble. Does well to keep it in again, but can't find a teammate. Gets it to Maldonado. This is helter-skelter. You'd think it was a 2-point ball game with 30 seconds on the clock the way they're going about this. Maldonado gets into the lane. Just stop. JaVale McGee's up with the block. He is too big, too strong. Big JaVale. Misdirected pass. Greeter saves it though. Swackala Bullock is out there again. Ball movement at a premium for the Hawks. JaVale McGee, too big, too strong. Just powers past Geordie Hunter. Appeals for the foul. Doesn't get it. 16-point ball game in this first quarter. My goodness, this is an absolute hammering. Glover with a 3-point shot. There we go. Something for the South East Melbourne fans. They're finally into double digits after 8.5 minutes. Can Glover get the hot hand? QJ Peterson just marching down the court. Drops the bucket. Asks for the N1. Doesn't get it though. He was taking them on. 27-12. A minute 15 to go. Glover, we know he can be an absolute flamethrower. Can he get going here? Maldonado thinks about it. Glover too deep to get the shot away. Swackala Bullock all up in his space. Glover blasts past JaVale McGee. Tries to find the pass in. Does find Aaliyah. I'm not sure that was his intended target. 3-point shot. Doesn't go. 0.1 on the shot clock. They got it away just in time through Awundu, but just a little off target. 48 seconds on the clock. 34 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock at the moment. Pass inside, finds an open JaVale McGee, who slams that home. 29-12. 37 on the clock. 16-second differential for the Phoenix between game clock and shot clock. Illawarra will get at least one chance to respond here. Hunter goes in. JaVale McGee gets up, gets the block, gets the stop, but is called a foul. Really put his body on the line there. The big former NBA player. That'll be his first personal foul. Geordie Hunter will go to the line. 29 points to 12. This is a carve up from the Hawks in the first quarter. Good to have you joining us and watching along. Let us know where you're watching from. Get involved in the comments. Don't be shy. Hunter misses the first. Makes it 3 from 6. So even their free throw shooting, 50%. Field goal shooting, 21%. Single digits from the 3-point arc. And you have a look, 100% free throw shooting, 50% 3-point shooting, and 71% field goal shooting for the Hawks. Hunter does get his second, and it's 20 points to 13, 29.5 seconds on the clock, 5.5 second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. I'll try and manage this here, will the Hawks. Davo Hickey on the ball, brings it across half court. Shot clock down to 10. Peterson on the ball, trying to find an avenue. 5 on the shot clock. Switch back. Drains a 2. That was beautiful. He was off balance and still hit it. 31-13. 4 seconds on the clock. Foster drives in, gets a jumper from 3. Doesn't go. That'll be quarter time, and it's an absolute clinic from the Illawarra Hawks in this first quarter. My, oh my. What a quarter from the Hawks. That was a better start than even the Australian cricket team had earlier today. And look, it's certainly come back to bite the Aussie cricket team, but what can Illawarra do from here? They lead by 18 at the quarter time break. Absolutely huge margin. Dominant first quarter from the defending champions. A real statement quarter. They just need to back this up from here, though. That's the big question. We've seen some brilliance and some good quarters from them. We haven't seen a lot of wholehearted full four-quarter performances just yet from them. But all the pieces look like they're clicking and gelling. Josh King, the South East Melbourne coach, is going to have some work to do here at quarter time. Joined us for the first time, make sure to hit subscribe. Give us a like on the video too, always appreciated. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Let us know if you're having a little wager on the game in the early hours from somewhere anywhere around the world or the late night, depending where you are. Always good to have you with us. Happy to get involved in the conversation. If you got any questions about the NBL, I'll do my best to answer them. We often get some people coming on and they're only early in their journey of following the NBL. Happy to talk you through my views and thoughts. For those of you who are, in inverted commas, playing at home, the cricket's still going. 4 for 196, the English, after 47 overs. Just remembering that they were at one point 2 for 5. So quite some response from them. They've fought their way back, and you start to think that Australia might be regretting not picking a spinner. That role might fall on the head of Travis Head, Marnus Labuschagne, or Steve Smith, or all of the above. Use all 5 pace bowlers so far, so we'll see how that plays out. This is absolutely game on, and at quarter time, QJ Peterson already has 13 points. Javal McGee has 6 points, 4 rebounds, and a block. So as we said it partway through the quarter, QJ Peterson now in 6 minutes of gameplay has managed to equal what South East Melbourne have done between 5 of them at a time over 10 minutes. We are back underway here now, second quarter just starting. South East Melbourne in possession. Thrown back, Foster had an open look. Hunter gives it back to Foster. He has another half open look, decides better of it. Awundu with the mid-range, and he gets the 2 points. Good start for the Phoenix to the second quarter. McGee bodying up. Awundu took a hit. Couldn't follow Hickey, and Hickey takes the 2 nice and easy. And then, my goodness, South East Melbourne, their inbound pass has gone straight back over the sideline behind Nathan Sobey. And if looks could kill, half his teammates would be dead right now. This is starting to look like it could end up being a bloodbath if they can't find a response quickly. I haven't seen South East Melbourne look this disjointed this season. Work is coming here. Tyler Harvey driving in. Gets clipped by Awundu. I don't think there was a lot in it, but are they going to call it a foul? Tyler Harvey tries to say he was shooting. Just remembering last time these guys played round 5 of this year. So going back a few weeks now. Going back to maybe early November from memory. Maybe late October. 116 to 76. South East Melbourne won the game by 40 points in Melbourne. Javal McGee, a no look over the shoulder. Just try to roll it back over his back shoulder. That's nice. That's different. Didn't work though. Points for trying though, Javal, when you're up by 18. I suppose that's the time. Again, pressure passing. They're just looking disjointed, looking frenetic and frantic are the Phoenix. That's some alliteration I wasn't intending for. Hunter with the open three. There we go. That's better. The big man gets the job done from outside the arc. Gets their second three-pointer of the afternoon. Or the evening. Almost the night, if you will. And JaVale McGee just goes up, takes on three, and pops it over the top. 35-18, 90 seconds gone in the second quarter. Nathan Sobey. He's got a big role to play here if they're to turn this around. Brown had an open look at two, decided to swing it to the hot hand in Hunter, who goes back-to-back threes to get us to a 14-point ball game. And that'll be a timeout. The Hawks try and cool Hunter's hot hand with a timeout. Don't forget, if you're watching in Australia, Hungry Jacks, you get a free cheeseburger tomorrow through the NBL app. Just need the code word effort after those two missed free throws earlier, back-to-back. So far, it's been a pretty uninspiring effort from the Phoenix. But can they fight back from here? We saw swings and roundabouts yesterday. The Kings led by 10 late in the game against New Zealand. See what happens here. A little bit of trouble with ESPN. So ESPN might be having a little bit of a drama at the moment. Now we're back. They've fixed it. That's good to know. Nothing worse than that. Oh, we're trying to watch along. Illawarra swinging the ball around the arc. Little fumble there. Greeter couldn't control it. Ball out of bounds. Maybe the tide is turning. Just maybe. Just joining us. Let us know where you're watching from. Get involved in the comments. Very quiet in there tonight. Much more active crowd last night for the Sydney and New Zealand game. Turnover here, straight away on the quick break. Greeter's going down the other end. Gets up, gets over. Gets rejected. Good stop from Hunter. Sobey fires it down the other end. Gets the ball passed back to him on the three-point arc. Wundu turns it in. John Brown the third, asking for a foul. He's going to get the possession. But Illawarra saying, use the coach's challenge. Coach says, no thank you. Tatum. South East Melbourne get a bucket through Brown. Back to 12. They're chipping away at this lead. It's going to be an N1 here too. They've called a foul on that. I missed that coming through. The Brown will go to the line. Greeter lucky there. I think he'd moved before he shot. Brown drains it. 11-point ball game all of a sudden. Harvey goes to work. Tyler Harvey sliding through. Greeter for three. Doesn't go. Wundu takes the rebound. Lays it off for Sobey. 7 minutes to go in this second. Sobey, little mid-range jumper. Doesn't quite go, but Hunter comes through and tips it home for another 2 points. All of a sudden, back to a single-digit margin. Carve this right down in this second quarter, South East Melbourne. This is the response they needed. Game on. Harvey with the mid-range jumper. Gets two back for the Hawks. we got here? I have a foul called in Illawarra. I think on Harvey. Work to be done for the Hawks. They inbound now. Sorry, the Phoenix inbound now. Awundu back to Hunter for another three. This one too heavy. Brown gets the rebound. Little pass around the corner. Awundu tried some magic. Foster tried some magic. Brown ends up with it dispossessed by McGee, and Swakala Bullock takes it away. Swings it wide. Peterson driving into the paint, and it drops. And I think he's going to go to the free throw line as well. He was fouled on his run through. Hunter trying to say that was well before he shot. The referee says he was up and in his shooting motion. Peterson will go to the line. He's on 15 points already, leading all comers. Free throw does not go. Hunter takes it. Sobey away. 13-point ball game. 6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in this first half. Awundu to Hunter. Hunter sets the screen. Sobey sweeping around. Decides a jumper just inside the three-point arc. Doesn't quite drop. Hunter gets a touch on it, but just bats it over the baseline in the end. 6 minutes on the button. 13-point margin. Illawarra 1 from 3 from three-point range tonight. South East Melbourne 3 from 16. They're only not afraid to take their shots. They're just not landing for them. They are shooting at 28% from all field goals. UJ Peterson taking on Awundu and Brown. Goes from 3 and absolutely drains it on the step back. That is beautiful basketball. The man can do no wrong tonight. He's on 18 points. He's shooting at 80%. Awundu swings wide. 3 points straight back. DJ Mitchell, he's just been on the court not long and responds quickly. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Get involved in the comments. A little layup work done there by McGee. Nice and easy. Gets another bucket for Illawarra, and what was back down to an 8-point margin is out to 15 again as we hit the midpoint of this second quarter. Miscommunication, not working out. Awundu thought he had Brown with him. Brown went the other way. All of a sudden, they take a 3-point shot, and that's airballed. And we're going to have a foul on DJ Mitchell from Dave O'Hickey. DJ will go to the line. Keep an eye on those fouls for all the players at the moment. No one in double digits for the Phoenix just yet. As Mitchell hits his first. Tyler Harvey's got 2 to his name. All the starters have at least 1 for the Hawks. DJ Mitchell now for his second. Pops in, pops out. Falls for Mitchell, almost takes the 3, decides better of it. They swing it wide. Glover will take a 3 from the other wing, and he drains it. That's beautiful from Angus Glover. His second 3 of the game. They're slowly building up their numbers. They're now 5 of 19 from three-point and shooting at 32% from the field. KJ Peterson weaving a spell, lures everyone in, sets them back, takes a 3 and misses. Glover gets the rebound. DJ Mitchell will hook pass over the top to an open Angus Glover, leaves it short. Brown gets the rebound. Mitchell steps back for another 3, airballs that. Swatted away by JaVale McGee like it was a tiny little fly, and the ball falls for Swakala Bullock. He gets a return pass from Dave O'Hickey, goes all the way to the hoop and drains it. 46-33, under 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Illawarra Hawks are shooting at some clip, 68%. Surely this can't continue. KJ Peterson almost breaks that up, but Maldonado steals it back from his grasp. Swung wide. DJ Mitchell for 3. Misses again. Ball swatted out of the hand of Brown. Falls for Maldonado, who gets 2. They're now 5 from 22 from 3-point range. That is questionable as to why they keep taking some of these 3-point shots, especially some of them that aren't good looks. JaVale McGee just pops up over. Gets another bucket. Too easy for the big man. Takes him up to well into double digits now. I think that'll be 12 points for him now. It will be. 12 points on 75% shooting. Nathan Sobey just slices his way through it. Swatted away by McGee. Comes back. Maldonado for 3. Doesn't go. Swakala Bullock takes it out of the hands of DJ Mitchell. Open 3 look for Harvey. Doesn't go. And just Dave O'Hickey pushes through. Just bats the ball in. Brings up the 50. They lead by 15 with 2 minutes 50 on the clock. And Sobey, he was up and about. Thought he drained it. Val McGee does well. Just peels it away before it's on the glass. And Harvey didn't quite get it. And Dave O'Hickey just a little tap in. Hickey up to 8 points. Quentin Peterson, QJ, 18 points already. The Hawks are shooting at 70%. The Phoenix at 30%. This is a lopsided game for sure at the moment. They showed a bit of a run to start this quarter, did the Phoenix. They've certainly shown an ability to blow teams out. They've had 4 wins by 20 or more points, 6 by double digits. And 2, they've beaten Cairns by 37, Illawarra by 40. And Brisbane by 23 and Brisbane by 27. So 2 big wins over them, Josh King's team. Just 3 close wins though, against Tasmania, Perth and New Zealand. It's a real test of whether they're going to show some of that championship medal and fight their way back. A little moment with ESPN. We'll get working back on that. Work to do here, though, for the Hawks. Peterson on the attack. Misses that one. McGee gets out rebounded. Down to 2 minutes to go till half time. Glover weaving some work in there. Doesn't quite go. Hickey with the rebound. Off for Peterson. Peterson the crossover again. Trying to bamboozle the defenders. And Swakala Bullock, it looks like he's been called for travel, has he? Certainly has. Coach Tatum is absolutely giving him a roasting at the moment, trying to get him into position. 1:40 on the clock here. 15-point ball game. South East Melbourne need to just get a little bit of a fight in these last couple of pieces. Maldonado, misdirected pass, finds the boot of McGee. The inbound ball for them. And Phoenix get one back, 50-37. Peatling's back out there. 2 bigger bodies now with Peatling and McGee. Hickey sweeps around, but an offensive foul is going to be called. 1:15 on the clock. Chance here for South East Melbourne. Sobiel inbound. Maldonado's in the back court. Chance here if they manage this well, they can get 3 scoring opportunities at least, the Phoenix. Swung wide. Aaliyah open 3. Doesn't go though. Swakala Bullock takes the rebound. Illawarra not in a rush. A minute on the clock. Aaliyah clips Peatling from behind. There's a lot of intent in it, or malice. Inbound ball for the Hawks. Just joining us, get involved in the comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Love it if you hit subscribe as well. You'll be able to keep up to date with all of our content as well as our live watch-alongs. We're doing some more on the weekend. Peatling, I'm not quite sure what that shot was. It didn't even get halfway to the hoop. Dispossessed Maldonado. Ball lob for JaVale McGee. A little miss pass. 2 missed shots back to back. And then Swakala Bullock takes it over the baseline. You don't see that often from the big man. 36.3 on the clock before half time. Comment section very quiet tonight, guys. Get involved. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if you've got a little dabble on the game. Got some thoughts on how you see this shaping up. Can South East Melbourne come back? Val McGee finds his way for a breather. Oh, for the second time tonight, an inbound pass has gone awry and astray for South East Melbourne. Maldonado wasn't watching. The pass was a gentle one. He's expecting it right in the breadbasket, and instead it... What? No, actually it did. It hit his hands, and then he just lost control of it back over the baseline. Much to the amusement of the people sitting in the baseline courtside seats. So timeout now, 34.9 seconds on the clock. And Josh King looks absolutely bemused by what is going on, and you don't blame him. Absolutely understandable. This is disappointing. Really disappointing stuff from the Phoenix. They just haven't really turned up tonight, shooting 27% from the field, which is an improvement. But doesn't stack up against an Illawarra side who've slipped their shooting down a little bit. They're still at 61% though. 3 players already in double digits heading into the half, and JaVale McGee well on his way towards another double-double. He's got 6 rebounds, he's got 2 blocks, and he's got 12 points. Davo Hickey could also be sneaky chance for a double-double. 10 points already, 4 assists. He's got 2 blocks as well. QJ Peterson's having a night with 18 points. McGee on the ball. Tyler Harvey slides into the paint. Turns around, no look. Jumper, 2 points. Just over a second difference between game clock and shot clock. 12 seconds on the shot clock. And Davo Hickey's been cleaned up. Game's going to be stopped with 13 on the game clock. Savy went through. Hunter gets set. It looks like Hunter was set there on the screen. He's going to be called a foul on Hunter, so Hickey on the move. Hunter will go to the line. Gets the first free throw. (52-38), 13 seconds on the clock. The Hawks will have the last chance here, but Hunter will have one more free throw. It does drop. Back to 13 points. They'll win this quarter more than likely. have the ball coming back into play. Phoenix covering tightly here, trying to prevent any ball movement. Will win this quarter. They lead by 5 on the quarter scoreboard. Peterson's going to work into the paint. 2 seconds on the clock. Gets up, gets down, gets 2 points. Ask for the N1. Don't know that he's going to get it. I think we might be at halftime. We are 54-39, a 15-point margin. South East Melbourne had some glimpses there, but Illawarra just looking much more solid, much more consistent. And again, this halftime break couldn't come soon enough. What do they come up with here? What does Josh King deliver? Well, let's take a look at the leaders for the two sides. Let's start with the visitors, South East Melbourne, and there's not a lot of positive reading. 5 from 25 from three-point range, shooting at 28% overall. Even their free throw shooting 8 from 12 was left a little bit to be desired. 5 turnovers as well. Not the worst of their stats, but just really battling away. They're in the money on the rebounds. That's positive. Leading for them, only one player in double digits. Geordie Hunter, 11 points. Rebound leaders, John Brown III has 4. Geordie Hunter and Wes Awundu and Angus Glover all with 3. In terms of assists, Wes Awundu leading the way with 4 assists. Hunter Maldonado with 3. But for the Illawarra Hawks, there's plenty of positive talking points. The most positive, Quentin Peterson, QJ Peterson coming off the bench, shooting at 69%, 20 points. Hasn't put up anything else except for a steal, but he doesn't need to when you put up 20 points in a half. JaVale McGee's got 12 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist and 2 blocks. Will Davo Hickey, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks. Tyler Harvey's got 4 assists, 2 rebounds and 6 points. There's plenty of people to talk about. There's plenty going on for this side. 9 rebounds for Wani Swakala Bullock as well. Throw in 2 assists. He's going quite well, just the 2 points. So lots of positives. So the Hawks lead this one by 15 at halftime. We're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll rejoin you in about 10 minutes with the second half. If you're just joining us, make sure to get involved in the comments in the second half. We can't wait to have a chat with you. Hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes with the second half from Wollongong as the Illawarra Hawks, the defending champions, finally look to be showing some of that championship medal that we just wondered where it was. Apologies for that. A few challenges with the sound. We're back now. Val McGee got the first bucket of the second half, and Illawarra immediately get another stop. Swackler Bullock goes down the other end, adds another 2, and his margin is stretching out. The biggest of the game now, 19 points. What can they come up with here? Huge three-pointer. That's big from where's it, Wundu. I need a few more of those. Tyler Harvey swings it wide. Peatling open 3. Comes off the front of the rim. Javal McGee, the rebound, misses. Wundu back down the other end. He misses. Brown tries to tip it in. Can't get it. Tries to keep it in. Can't do that either. The Hawks ball inbound at the baseline. Minute 44 gone in this third quarter. Good to have you with us. If you're just joining in, make sure to get involved in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Very quiet by our standards in the comments tonight. Quiet Thursday night. A bit like South East Melbourne there. Very quiet. Dave O'Hickey looks at the open 3. Decides better of it. Must have caught a heel on the sideline. Now Sobey will go to work. Nathan Sobey, the South East Melbourne Phoenix captain, swings it wide. DJ Mitchell trying to do his work. Awundu over the top for 3. Leaves a little short, finds the top of the backboard, and then eventually drops in. Because it's found the top of the backboard, it will not count. I'll be out of bounds. Good to have you watching along with us live on the Chris McPherson Show. Watching Aussie NBL, the defending champions, the Illawarra Hawks. 9th coming into today. Dave O'Hickey just slices through the middle like a hot knife through butter. Gets 2. They're taking on the third place South East Melbourne Phoenix. I'm playing anything but a championship contender. Sobey, the fake 3. Bounce pass. Another pass across. DJ Mitchell goes. Drains the 2. Better ball movement from the Phoenix. Dave O'Hickey has his pocket picked by Awundu. He's got Mitchell with him. If he can lay it off, he does. And he stopped. Let's see what the call is. Call's going to be ball out of bounds off Swackler Bullock. Phoenix inbound ball. Mitchell crashing and crumbling. He's throwing his body around, not with any real direction. But he's somehow drawn a foul. Foul will be on Peatling. Six minutes 49 on the clock. Sobey again with the baseline inbound. Just joining us, make sure to hit subscribe and keep up to date with all of our live watch-alongs that are coming. Again, it's batted out of bounds and off Illawarra, so it'll be another one. Narkle in the game for what I think will be his first minutes. Awundu swings it back. 10 on the shot clock. Sobey slices through a few defenders, swings it wide to the left for Awundu, leaves the three-pointer short. McGee, too big under the bucket, takes the rebound. He's racking them up, the big man, 14 points already. That'll be his 8th rebound. Now I think he's been fouled. actually hobbling off. So we'll just have a look at what's going on here. No, he's coming back to take the free throws. 14 points, 8 rebounds already. A couple of blocks in there to go with it. Overhits the first. Stays at 14-8. McGee for the second. Gets that one. 17-point lead is there. 6:20 on the clock. DJ Mitchell will have the inbound. Nathan Sobey trying to play the lone hand, swings it out to an open Awundu, gives it out to Foster. He's off balance. He wasn't expecting it. John Brown over the top of 2. And eventually it's going to drop. Might be credited to Awundu with a little tap. Quick response. Narkle gets 2. No, that was a Hickey bucket, they're saying. Looked like it came from Narkle, but anyway. Sobey swings wide. Open look for 3 for Mitchell. Hard and flat finds the front of the rim. Dave Hickey calling the sweep around from QJ Peterson. He's back out there. 20 points already to his name. Sobey trying to just pressure him. QJ off balance. Gets the foul. He'll go to the line for 2. Might have the air knocked out of him a little. Ends up on the floorboards. Peterson will go to the line to try and add to his already 20 points. He's been to the free throw line once so far today. He's none from 1. Doesn't make the mistake this time. Crazy to see this score. 18 points difference. Make that 19 points difference. South East Melbourne have had 14 more shots. They had 58 shots, made 16. Illawarra 44 have made 28. And that is the story of today. Maldonado for 3. Doesn't go. John Brown, the third, absolutely crashed over the back of it as he tries to tap it in. Brown will be at the line now. Try and get a couple back. Misses the first one. He rushed that. Halfway through this third quarter and just haven't seen enough from the Phoenix to think that they can come back here. He gets the second one. Doesn't really affect the home crowd too much. They already got their free cheeseburgers in the first half. Just tuning in, you're not sure on that. In Australia in the NBL, Hungry Jack's sponsored. And if an away player misses both of their free throws, free cheeseburgers through the NBL app. They have a Hickey over the top. Harry Froling out there gets a bucket as well. They're starting to run some of their extra numbers, are the Hawks. John Brown, the third, switches it out to Sobey. Goes for 3, doesn't go. Brown tries to bring it down. Doesn't work again. Hickey takes it away and turns it over. Just looking for that pass out in front of Froling, but it went out of bounds. 20-point ball game. 4 minutes 24 on the clock in the third quarter. Maldonado is the man on the ball for the Phoenix. No, we're going to go back and start this again, are we? No, we've got a foul in the play. He might be on one Swakala Bullock. Nathan Sobey. It's up over the top. Hickey. I was going to say he's blocked it, but a foul. Might be on Johnny Narkle. Will be Johnny Narkle. Just a little clip across the back of the ear for Nathan Sobey. Again, no intent or malice in it. And Sobey will go to the line for 2 free throws. Plenty of free throw opportunities so far tonight for the Phoenix. DJ Mitchell checks out. 4:11 on the clock. He's got some holding his hand awkwardly. Maybe he's jarred a finger there. Just a little bit of blood, I think. A bit of a lull in proceedings as we wait now for Sobey to take his free throws. Got a half sleeve tattoo on the left arm. A full sleeve skin on his right leg. Interesting look. Doesn't obviously balances out because he gets his free throw. In with the second free throw now. Sobey. Plenty of height on that. Nothing but net. 67-49. 4:10 on the clock. Quick breakdown. Swakala Bullock thought about getting a shot away. John Brown the third really putting the pressure on him. Dave Hickey. Back to Swakala Bullock. Returns it again. Hickey. Hand signals all around. Hickey goes a little mid-range jumper. Doesn't go. Hunter takes the rebound for the Phoenix. Straight away switch it to Sobey. He fakes the three. Bounce pass to Brown. Under pressure. Bounce pass into Maldonado. Who gets the bucket. And one. And a few more of these. Brown did well. Second player arrived to try and shut him down. He just reached around, bounced past into Maldonado, who drained the bucket, drew the foul. Free throw doesn't go. Hickey didn't get up in time for the rebound, and Brown took it. Sobey tries to drain it. Brown with the rebound from him. Does get that one. It's an efficient play for them. Back to a 14-point ball game. Big work to do still, though. QJ Peterson and Davo Hickey. Hickey spins away from one, spins away from another. Froling thinks about laying it off. Peterson says, yes, bring it to me. Goes for three. Drains the three-pointer, QJ Peterson. 70-53. He is racking up the points. He's up to 25 now. 10 from 14 shooting. 3 from 5 from 3 points. Nathan Sobey takes it all on himself. Foul's been called on Froling. He thought he was set. DJ Mitchell's had to change singlets because he got blood on the first one, so he'll be out there in number 40, not number 8 moving forward. Not sure what's happening here. We've got some blood on the court, or they do. Two minutes 53 on the clock. 17-point ball game into the third quarter here. South East Melbourne and Illawarra. Nathan Sobey at the free throw line. No good on the first one. for the second to close it back to a 16-point ball game. Feels like they're almost fighting a losing cause from here. Never say never, I suppose. None from two. That'd be a second round of burgers, but you only get the one. Free cheeseburgers all round. Thanks to Hungry Jack's. Wonderful sponsor of the NBL and nice initiative, if that's what you're after. Nark will try to float that up deep for JaVale McGee. Didn't work. Maldonado swings it out. Gets it back on the wing. Drains three. That's better from the Phoenix. 2.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. They've got it back to 14. Peatling's back out there looking for an option. Goes to Narkle. He's getting a few more minutes, which is good to see. Takes on Sobey. Bounce pass for Peterson. Steps back. Fade away. Finds the side of the backboard. And then it's out of bounds. That was optimistic, I think, at best. He was falling away, not only backwards, but to his right as well. Well off balance. And a very acute angle to shoot for. Inbound for Alir. He gives to Maldonado. Maldonado working down the right side. Tries to burn to the outside of Narkle. Can't find a lane there. Tries to set a screen. That doesn't work either. Geordie Hunter with an open three. And bang. The big man goes again. Back to 11 points. Geordie Hunter's been dangerous from outside the arc. I think that's 4 from 5 now. Peatling gets it up. McGee finishes. They're not going away here, Illawarra. They're going to continue to try and maintain this lead. 13-point ball game. McGee's up to 17 points. He's got 9 rebounds as well. He's surely on for a double-double. See the replay there. McGee just getting up above the pack. He's too big, too strong. Inbound down the offensive end as Nathan Sobey takes a seat. That seems like Josh King might be conceding then. Angus Glover, Geordie Hunter. Maldonado. Alir. All out there as Peatling does his best to try and keep it inbound. He does that, but returns it for the Phoenix. Angus Glover takes one from a metre outside the three-point arc. Doesn't hit. They get the rebound. It falls friendly. Three-point shot now. Again missed. They're not having a night of it. JaVale McGee ends up with it. Alir gets a hand in there, but McGee wins out again. I'm going to say that backcourt violation. Didn't think he'd been across halfway, McGee, but they say he had. So great work in the end by Alir. Catch Alir. 41 seconds on the clock, 5 on the shot clock. Angus Glover has a collision with Daniel Greeter. So McGee, Harvey, Hickey, all with 3 personal fouls for Illawarra. Glover will go to the line. Absolutely no numbers put up, just like they're shooting so far for South East Melbourne. No one's got any fouls against their name. He gets the first. Gets the second, Glover. Point ball game, and then McGee goes boom at the other end. He's racing up the numbers. He's now got that double-double. He's got 10 rebounds, 19 points. Assist and 2 blocks as well. Maldonado. Open 3. Everyone leaves him open. You get the rebound to Illawarra. Swakala Bullock takes it. 10 seconds till three-quarter time. Happy to work it down. Maldonado pushing QJ Peterson. Peterson happy just to spin him round. Glover takes it away. Maldonado. We're going to have a reach-in foul, though. Peterson will go to the line. Maldonado says challenge that. What's Josh King going to do here? No, he won't go to the line. They're not in the bonus. This be inbound. Time. Just wait for the adjustment of the clock. 4.2 seconds on the clock. They'll need to be quick here. Swakala Bullock. Peterson, deep three. Gets blocked. Shuffled. Slung down long. Misses everything from Owundu. And that'll be three-quarter time. And all of a sudden, the Phoenix have closed the gap somewhat, but not enough. 13 points. The margin. And somehow, surprisingly, despite Illawarra really starting to blow that out at one point, the Phoenix have won that quarter. But that 18-point margin in the first quarter, just they're only chipping away at it by the smallest of margins, which isn't enough. Hard to see where they will pull 13 points from in this final quarter. But 10 minutes to go. If you're joining us for the first time, make sure to hit subscribe. Sorry, Skeege, I've only just seen your comment there, mate. Angus Glover, let's run through. Angus Glover is on 8 points. McGee's on 19 points. 19 points, 60% shooting, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks. QJ Peterson leading all scorers, 25 points. Also in double digits, Will Davo Hickey, 12 points, 4 rebounds and 7 assists. A couple more rebounds and he would have been on for a triple-double. On the other side for the Phoenix, 11 points for John Brown III. He's also got 9 rebounds, all at the offensive end. So, again, on for a double-double there, 2 assists. Geordie Hunter, 14 points, including 3 of 6 from 3 points and 5 rebounds. Wes Owundu, 11 points as well, 6 rebounds and 5 assists. So, some decent stat lines there. Hunter Maldonado, 7 points. Angus Glover, the 8 points, as we said, and 3 rebounds. Good to see you getting involved in the comments, Skeege. Love to know where you're tuning in from. Let us know if you're online and you're watching, where you're watching from, where you're joining us from. If you're having a little wager or a bit of interest, let us know who you're backing. Hopefully it's not South East Melbourne for the win at this point, that's for sure. We get the countdown on until the fourth quarter. See what QJ Peterson's been electric tonight for them. More than a point a minute. 25 points in 19 minutes. It's a good outing. Interesting to see what Illawarra go with here. Whether they start to rest some players. Nathan Sobey's had a little bit of a breather in that third quarter. Equally for South East Melbourne, do they park up some players considering games to come? Don't forget, Perth and Adelaide later tonight. Unfortunately, we won't be covering that for a watch-along. So Perth and Adelaide later in the weekend. Perth are playing Melbourne tonight. Getting ahead of myself. Adelaide, Brisbane is tomorrow night. New Zealand, Tassie, the early game on Saturday. Illawarra, Cairns. So the Hawks will be back at home against the last place Taipans. South East Melbourne and Melbourne will play in the showdown. And Perth play Adelaide. We'll be covering both those Sunday games. As Glover goes for 3 and is fouled, so he'll go to the line to start the fourth quarter. That's the start Phoenix needed. The hot hand, the flamethrower, the ginger ninja that is Angus Glover. This gets a clip from Swakala Bullock. Goes to the line, gets his first one. That's Glover, so Skeege, that'll move him on to 9 points. Misses the second. Drains the third, so he's in a double digits. Glover, 10 points now. Tyler Harvey slices past Owundu. Up against Glover now. 8 on the shot clock, gives it away for Hickey. Slides back for Harvey, who just winds up from 3. Doesn't quite get it to go. Bounces nicely for Swakala Bullock. They'll get a reset of the shot clock. Harvey's then dispossessed. Glover's going to go the other end and go all himself and get another bucket. And I tell you what, Skeege, he's lit it up since you asked. He's up to 12 points. It's a 9-point ball game all of a sudden. Aliir dispossesses Dave O'Hickey. Phoenix get another stop. Only a minute into this quarter, and they are absolutely firing. 4 points to start. Aliir thinks about a 3-point shot, goes into the paint, finds the underside of the backboard, though. And Dave O'Hickey getting the work, gives it off for Peatling. Tyler Harvey just burns Maldonado to the outside. Fades back, gets the jumper, can't go. Peatling takes the rebound and gets the bucket to follow. Good follow-up from Peatling. Keeping the pulse, keeping Illawarra kicking, making South East Melbourne fight for it. 4 unanswered points the Phoenix started this quarter with. Now they get a 3 from Awundu. That's big. It's an 8-point ball game. That's going to be a timeout for the Hawks. A 7-2 run to start this quarter from the Phoenix. And it is game on. What looked absolutely impossible early is now just starting to have a slimmer of hope for the Phoenix fans. How many minutes left? There's still over 8 minutes remaining in this final quarter, Conrad. So plenty of time for twists and turns. ESPN have just gone to an ad break, but I think it's about 8 minutes 19 to be specific. Three-pointer sees Awundu move up to 14 points. Got 6 rebounds, 5 assists and 2 steals. It's been a good night for some of these American imports. Some of the, maybe not the biggest name imports, some of the second tier or third tier imports. But Illawarra, Coach Tatum just trying to get them set and work out what to do here. We're back from the timeout. 8 minutes 20 it is on the clock. The second off. No, mate, not for me. No bets for me tonight. I don't tend to wager too much when I'm doing these watch-alongs. It's just more for my interest. What about yourself? Have you got anything on, Conrad? Harvey working with Swakala Bullock. Gives it into JaVale McGee. Boom. Too big. Just hooks it over the top. Brings it down. Rains points as he does. Big man up to 21 points. 10 rebounds. 3 blocks. And an assist. That's a nice stat line. Glover. Maldonado now for the Phoenix. Drops it back. Aliir. Drains a 3. Nice and clean. They're not going away just yet. The South East Melbourne Phoenix. Catch Aliir drains a 3-pointer, and what a way it would be if that's part of a comeback to celebrate his 25th birthday. And Swakala Bullock is called for an offensive foul. 7.5 minutes on the clock. This game is well and truly alive. A bucket here could have it back to a 4-point margin. No, it's not Swakala Bullock, it was the screen. It's Peatling. Just stepped in and closed it. Wasn't set. Dear, oh dear. Rookie mistakes. Coach Tatum will not be loving that. Awundu, hit, spin, doesn't go. The rebound taken by Swakala Bullock. He's been a rebounding machine tonight. That's 11 for him. Have a Hickey under pressure and he's been fouled. A little bit too much pressure from Aliir, is it? Or is it Awundu? I'll tell you what, it was a lightning start from the Hawks. They led 31-13 at the first break, but South East Melbourne have chipped away and chipped away. It's currently a 7-point ball game. If they lose this, it's up there with the New Zealand Breakers when they gave up a 20-plus point lead against the Brisbane Bullets at home. QJ Peterson leaves it hanging, air ball. Glover the last touch. It's gone over the baseline. Let's see which way it's going to go. I think it should be Hawks ball. Will be Hawks ball. Only 1.3 seconds on the shot clock, though, so they're going to have to find some magic. Because that shot from QJ Peterson was left well short. Josh King very animated on the bench. Look at how they get it away. Get the shot up. QJ Peterson does get the shot and drains it. There must have been much time left on that shot clock when he got it away. The pass found him. He just threw it straight up. And it trickled in. John Brown III has gone down like he's been shot by John Wilkes Booth. My goodness. He did get a bit of an elbow from QJ Peterson, not intentionally. He's just coming across, closing the space. He's added some mayonnaise to that, I tell you what. He's added some absolute sauce. I was going to review this foul, which is interesting. I'm not sure what's happening there. If you're just joining us for the first time or you haven't before, make sure to hit subscribe. Keep you up to date with all of the content that we're dropping, including more of our live watch longs. We'll have some more on the weekend. So no upgrade on the foul. It'll just stay as a standard foul. Didn't look like there's a lot in it. And magically, as soon as that's all been decided, John Brown is back on the court with no signs at the worst for wear. 6 minutes 40 on the clock. 9-point ball game. South East Melbourne chasing the result. Awundu for Maldonado. Maldonado back. John Brown. Missed jumper. David Hickey hangs on. Lays it off for QJ Peterson. Happy just to manage the clock. Lear wraps him up though. QJ Peterson takes it away. Pops it in for Maldonado. And Maldonado drains it. 7-point ball game. They're coming. They're clawing. They're chipping. They're creeping back on that lead. I think we just had a technical foul call on Coach Tatum. Now, so Glover will go to the line. Shoots one. Makes it a 6-point ball game. Lonnie Swackler Bullock's having to calm down his coach. 6 minutes and 2 seconds on the clock. This is going to be a finish and a half. Do not look away. Do not go away. After having a massive lead at times. Lead got out to 20. Surely they hang on here, the Hawks. QJ Peterson, he's got 27 points so far tonight. Gives it off. They're looking for getting that ball to JaVale McGee. Harvey, that's where they go. It's been intercepted, but we have a foul from Glover out wide, are we? It is absolutely game on here, but some interesting calls. Illawarra inbound ball. Offensive half on the sideline. JaVale McGee on the ball. Brown trying to match up against the big man. Brown punches it out of his hand, and it'll be Illawarra Hawks ball. Peterson presents for Hickey. Peterson goes to work. Bounce pass, batted away. Awundu goes long for a Lear. Drops it back. Glover just, I don't even know what happened. It's like the ball had grease on it, slipped out of his hand. He was lining up for an open three-pointer and he just slipped. Could that be crucial? David Hickey in. Nice little jump shot for Tyler Harvey. There's 2 points. That extends the lead back out to 8. $82-74, 5 minutes 12 on the clock. Jump into the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Great to have you on board on a Thursday night in Australia. Third plays ninth. Where's Awundu drains 2. That's the third place South East Melbourne Phoenix closing this one down. They trail by 18 at quarter time. The lead got out to as big as 20 in the second quarter. Another missed bounce pass. Glover takes it away. Awundu on the quick break. Gets up and over. Doesn't go. Glover, his does. He wanted the N1. He's not going to get it, but it's a 4-point ball game. And Illawarra are crumbling. What is happening here? How is it that a team that shot at 31.6% all night, as Illawarra fire a pass in and it misses absolutely everyone and goes over the baseline? That's 3 times. Unforced turnovers have happened on the last 3 Illawarra attacks. That is poor. $82.78. Nathan Sobey. Glover. Could he be the hot hand? Dave O'Hickey's gotten Australia out of trouble twice this week in their international break. Could he be the man to do it and hang on and close it out for Illawarra? Tyler Harvey takes it down court. 4 minutes remain. Harvey. McGee sets the screen. Harvey goes in, gives it to McGee. Off Brown. That'll be Illawarra Hawks ball. Brown's thinking about challenging it. I don't think it'd be a smart choice. They're going to challenge it. Interesting to see here. Have a look at the replay. See what, it might have come off McGee last. They might get this one away. Actually, I think Brown's dislodged that out of McGee's hand. So I'm going to stick with my original call. That's come off John Brown, the third last. I'll stick with the live call. 3 minutes 56 on the clock. They're going to take a look at a dozen different angles here to see if they can find conclusive evidence to overturn it. Does McGee's fingertip touch it after Brown's fingertip? You need to be forensic about this almost to get the decision. That to me looks like Brown's pushed it out, but how will they see it here for this end decision? Looks like McGee gripped it and then Brown knocked it out. Anyway, we're looking at 100 different replays, or plenty of replays, and realistically multiple the same. They've upheld it. That'll surprise me. Anyway, coach's challenge is upheld. So it'll be Phoenix ball. 3 minutes 56 on the clock. Sobey now on the ball, working the point. Glover's there, open 3. This one doesn't go. McGee gets up, make sure he takes the rebound. His 11th rebound of the night. Swung wide. Hickey goes through, slides in, gets the bucket. Dave O'Hickey up to 14 points. Now Sobey. The big load resting on his shoulders. Back, Alir, the birthday boy, open. Doesn't get it to go. No birthday present there. Falls back for Sobey, though. Open 3 for him. Drains it. Nathan Sobey. And we've got a 3-point ball game with 3 minutes on the clock. Sobey's been quiet tonight. That's his first field goal. They get a stop here. They take it away from Hickey. Sobey's there again. Goes for another 3. He's going to go back to back. And yes, he is. And we're all tied up. You wouldn't read about it. 84-84, 2:51 on the clock. They've come from 20 points down and they are back in this South East Melbourne. The Hawks absolutely cruelled by turnovers, 22 turnovers, but they've just drawn a foul here with 2:45 on the clock. Turnovers are killing Illawarra, especially in this second half. It was much for muchness at half time, but they've tallied up well in the double digits as QJ Peterson takes an open three, just has a look and drains it. That moves him on to 30 points for the night. 30 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block. He's hitting all the main categories. Nathan Sobey goes the other end and gets the bucket for 2. 1 point ball game, 2:28 on the clock. If you're just joining us now, do not go anywhere. Stay tuned in here because this game is going down to the wire. It was a 20-point ball game earlier today in the second quarter. And South East Melbourne have somehow risen from the ashes like the Phoenix that is their mascot. Nathan Sobey at the line. He was fouled in that 2-point shot. Gets one. We're level again. This was going to be a cakewalk for Illawarra at quarter time. Even at half time, they'd done enough. They fought back in the third quarter again when Illawarra made some. When Phoenix made some runs. Another turnover. Glover open wide, bounce pass back in, and that'll be a foul. Sobey drains the bucket afterwards. It won't count. John Brown III will go to the line. Illawarra are self-destructing here. This is absolutely bizarre. If you're just joining us, let us know where you're watching from. If you've been keeping track of this, surely no one saw this coming. As I said, this will be one of the biggest chokes in the NBL this season, up there with New Zealand when they got out to the flyer against Brisbane at home. You give up a 20-point lead on your home court. The defending champions, my oh my. And there it is, the Phoenix take the lead. Brown drains the first of his free throws. 2:11 on the clock. I want to know where you're tuning in from. All around the world. I love having international friends as Brown gets another, and all of a sudden the Phoenix lead by 2. Illawarra need to find something, and they need to find it now. Man on the ball, QJ Peterson. He's got 30 points, but it's all going to be to no avail if he can't help them steer their way home. Thinks about taking a 3. He's just inside the arc. Peatling now. Swings it wide. Harvey, almost a fumble. They're starting to look the frantic and rush side. Harvey goes in. Jumper over the top. Gets 2. Levels us up. 1:49 to go in this game. Sobey goes straight back down the other end. Gets 2 back. He hadn't scored a bucket until this quarter, and now all of a sudden he's up to 15 points. 91-89, 1 minute 31 on the clock. Dave O'Hickey finds Tyler Harvey right under the bucket, and he adds another 2. Now Awundu, he's been good in patches. Sobey. Now the birthday boy Ketchalir out there. Angus Glover's there. John Brown sneaking around the back door looking for an avenue. 5 on the shot clock. Sobey's going to do it himself. He does. Beats Dave O'Hickey to the hoop. 93-91. This is some finish here. They've just clawed them away. Nathan Sobey, 17 points in this quarter to bring his team home. Gets a stop now as well. What can the captain not do? I nearly absolutely tangled that one up. He is firing on all cylinders. 57 seconds on the clock. Phoenix will have possession here. They lead by 2. Illawarra, after leading by 20. Glover gets to the outside. Works it around to Brown. Need to get a stop here, the Hawks. 8 on the shot clock. Glover for 3. Finds the front of the rim. Awundu step back for 3. Finds the front of the rim. Aaliyah gets the rebound. Defensive rebounds have been great. Sobey. 8 on the shot clock. 7 on the shot clock. 6, 5. They go wide. Glover for 3. Doesn't get it. Aaliyah gets the rebound again. There's an 8-second differential between shot clock and game clock. They can manage this from here. Sobey. Forced out wide. Has a fumble off the boot. I'm going to say it's come off Sobey's boot, are they? Whose ball is this going to be? 12.1 on the clock. Have a look at the rebound. The replay. It does. It comes off Sobey's leg. He's got that right, the referee. It's going to be Illawarra ball. They're taking a timeout here. They're going to have 12 seconds to try and level this up and potentially take us to overtime. They led 31-13 at quarter time. They led 54-39 at halftime. They led by 13 at three-quarter time. And they find themselves trailing by 2 with 12 seconds on the clock. What does that do for your psyche? It's got to rattle it. But we might just be going to overtime if they can find a 2-point bucket here in the last 12 seconds. They've got the timeout. This certainly wasn't on my bingo card when they were leading by 31-13 at quarter time. Tondi, it will be Illawarra ball. They've taken the timeout. There's 12.1 seconds on the clock. So Illawarra will have possession. Leading scorers in the game so far, QJ Peterson, 30 points. JaVale McGee, 21. Then it's Nathan Sobey. He's put down 17 points in this quarter. South East Melbourne captain has scored 17 points of their 32. To put that in perspective, Illawarra has scored 17 points in this quarter. It was QJ Peterson doing that in the first quarter where he's equal scoring the opposition. Now it's Nathan Sobey, the captain, doing it when it matters most in the championship quarter, the fourth quarter. Funnily enough, against the defending champions in Illawarra. But it is going to be Hawks ball. The crowd are on their feet in Wollongong. The Hawks in their Space Jam uniforms featuring the Monstars. I'll tell you what, they're going to be the bad guys if they manage to throw this away. Dave O'Hickey has the ball. Looking to get it in play. Over the top for McGee. He shrugs off the attention of Brown. Open three for Peterson. Misses. Rebound out of bounds. Whose balls are going to be? Hawks ball? No, they've said Phoenix ball. And Dave O'Hickey immediately says challenge. They will challenge. Interesting to see how this goes. I tell you what, if they overrule the last one, they should overturn this one too. And it should be Illawarra ball with 6 seconds. But we'll wait and see what the outcome of the coach's challenge is. Certainly looks to me that it's had a Wundu's hand is the last hand to touch it. But I got the last one wrong, so don't trust what I've got to say. Currently watching on ESPN in Australia. Ewick. Either way. Not sure which one it is, but I'll do my best for you. So we'll just wait and see. I think there'll be about 6 seconds on the clock, 6.2. And it is going to be overturned. It's going to be Hawks ball. I think South East Melbourne will now call a timeout. So here we go. This is going to be a finish and a half. If you're just joining us, let us know where you're watching from as we potentially go to overtime here. They've just adjusted the clock. 6.8 seconds on the clock after we come out of this timeout. So this is going down to the wire, this one. From Buffalo, Tom. Good to have you on board, mate. Early hours over there of Thursday morning. We await the outcome of the captain's challenge here. As I said, I think it looks like it'll be Illawarra ball. Let me get set here. 6.8 seconds on the clock. If you haven't already, we'd love it if you hit subscribe. If you're enjoying this, we'll have some more NBL watch-alongs on the weekend and again next week. Plenty of other videos dropping in the meantime. For anyone that's watching that's a bit of a cricket fan as well, we'll have some day wraps of each of the days of the second Ashes test, which is underway at the moment. JaVale McGee gets up and drains it with 5.5 seconds on the clock. And I think South East Melbourne are going to take a timeout now. And we're all tied up at 93 apiece. Well, this is absolutely edge of your seat stuff. They did well there, just inbounded on the baseline. And McGee found his space and got over the top of the birthday boy in Watchalong. 93 apiece. But we can have 5.6 seconds, I think it'll be on the clock. No, they've pushed it back to 6.1. Seems generous, but plenty of time now for South East Melbourne to have their response. Can they seal it? It's been some quarter from them. Surely you think that Sobey was the go-to. It's a wonderful place. I love the fact that I get to call it home, and I'm loving our basketball. We've got some wonderful players out here. Obviously, JaVale McGee at the moment, playing for Illawarra. He's put up 23 points, 11 rebounds tonight. He's been a huge get for them. Dave O'Hickey's also got the double-double. He's got 14 points and 10 assists. QJ Peterson, 30 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal and a block. But all of that will count for nothing if the Phoenix can get the bucket here. We're going to have the inbound at the midpoint of the offensive half. Maldonado will have the inbound. Tell you what, Tom, it'll be much warmer here than it is where you are. That's for sure. Sobey for 3. Doesn't go. McGee's got it. Throws it long. Hit and hope. Miles away. We're going to overtime. We are going to overtime. And I don't know if my scoreboard has an overtime piece. Let's find out. We do. There we go. Yeah, okay. Well, it's about 30 here as well, but it's 30 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So I'll have to do some conversion for you. But 30, what's that? Just below 0, -1 for us. So for me, 30C to F. Let's figure that out for you while we're waiting for them to kick into overtime. Yeah, it's about 86 here today, where I am, just north of Sydney. A little bit of difference. I think on Saturday here, we're expecting 104. So that'll give you a bit of an idea, Tom. A little bit different in temperature. Yeah, look, I'm not too pumped. I don't mind the weather that was today at the 85-ish, but going up to that sort of 104, 105, that's starting to stretch the friendship. That's a bit too warm even for me. We've certainly got plenty of sunshine over here, that is for sure. One thing we do have is we've got some overtime here in this game, and crazy to think after Illawarra led by 20 in the second quarter. Absolutely crazy to think. It's great to have you all with us watching along, I should say, with this, as we head to overtime here in the Aussie NBL. The defending champions, they're sitting in 9th. It looked like they were going to climb up to 7th on the ladder, up against South East Melbourne, but the Phoenix had other ideas. Good to have those of you, Ewick and Tom, joining in the comments. Let us know if others of you, where you're watching, what you think is going to happen here in overtime. Is the momentum going to stay with the Phoenix? Illawarra are going to hang on by the absolute barest of margins. We're all set. It'll be Illawarra to have the ball in. Dave O'Hickey will bring us in. See, Blunt, you're back. How's the fuel run today, mate? And QJ Peterson gets the first points of the overtime period. 5 minutes of overtime will be played. They're still level. They'll go again. And Sobey's going to take it on himself. He gets a little bit of space. Off today and tomorrow. It's the weekend for you, mate. And you're still up at this time. Catch a basketball. This one looked like it was going to be a blowout early. And now, Watchalong on his 25th birthday, he hits and spins, throws it out to his captain in Sobey with 1 second on the shot clock. Peterson takes the rebound. It has absolutely come to life in this fourth quarter. It's a 13-point margin at 3-quarter time. Crazy to think. A foul now. It'll be Hawks ball. Anyone that's tuning in that's a cricket fan, Joe Root closing in the Ashes second test in on his first 100 on Australian soil for England. Sorry, we'll get there eventually. Peterson lobs it up for McGee. Little fumble, gets back, goes again. The big body, the big man, gets it done. He's up to 25 points, 12 rebounds. Need a response here. A minute gone in overtime. Swing wide. Aaliyah drains a three. That's a good response. How's that for a way to celebrate your 25th birthday? They swing wide again. Swackler Bullock tries for the three. A rebound taken by Sobey. 1 point ball game. 3 minutes and 33 seconds on the clock. Sobey just slides through, throws it back. Aaliyah thinks about loading up another three. Bounce pass in for Brown, and Phoenix have the lead again. Plenty of time for twists and turns. QJ Peterson's out there. He's going to try and get it done. 32 points to his name tonight. Hits for the three. Drains that three. That is beautiful. That takes him to 35. He's having a night. Oh, we're on the wrong side there. Let's fix that. There we go. 198. That's better. 3 minutes on the clock. These two teams are not going to die wondering. Awundu for three. And he drains one. Straight back. What a response. The imports are going blow for blow. Awundu up to 19 points. Got 8 rebounds as well. Dave Hickey comes in. Can't get it to go, but McGee tips it home. He's now up to 27. They lead 102-101. 2.5. We're halfway through overtime. Who are we tipping from here, guys? 2.5 minutes, 1 point. Phoenix with the lead. Sorry, Hawks with the lead. Phoenix now with the lead. Aaliyah drains another 3. They lead by 2. This is absolute flamethrower basketball at its best. They couldn't find a bucket. They couldn't buy a bucket in the first half, the Phoenix. Sobey gets a little touch and bats this one out of bounds. 2 minutes 6 on the clock. Hawks ball, 15 on the shot clock. They'll inbound in the offensive half. QJ Peterson, that looked like a foul from behind for mine. That's silly stuff from John Brown. Or was it a Awundu? It was a Awundu. So Peterson will go to the line to add to his point tally. 35 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal and 1 block. That's a decent night out, but it doesn't count for much if you lose. Drains the first one, 1 point margin, 2 minutes and 3 on the clock. So this is me, edge of my seat, and I haven't even got a dog in the fight tonight. Peterson with the second. Gets again. We're all locked up. 104 apiece. 2 minutes to go in overtime. Surely we don't go to a second overtime after a game was a 20-point differential at one point. Aaliyah thinks about the three. Thinks about it again. Gives it off to Awundu. Plenty of time here. Awundu sweeps around. Fades it in, but McGee intercepts the pass. Peterson's going to take it on. The numbers swarm on him. He spins out of the attention of Aaliyah. Gets up and around Glover. Thought he might have had the foul, but didn't. They lead by 2. 93 seconds to go here. Nathan Sobey for 3. Misses. Glover with the rebound. Out wide for a wide open Aaliyah, and he misses. Oh my, that hurts. Dave O'Hickey sweeps around. He's trying to work out whether he wants to manage the clock or manage the score. Finds Peterson. Peterson. Got open options wide. Swings it into McGee. He's going to go up and just take the easy bucket. They lead by 4 with 1:06 to go here. Surely the Hawks get it from here. Do we see a way back for the Phoenix? Never say never. I know I say it all the time. JaVale McGee, 29. Quentin Peterson, 39. And they still haven't sealed the deal. Some big numbers put up tonight. It's a timeout for South East Melbourne. Just recap them. 29 points, 13 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals and 3 blocks for JaVale McGee. QJ Peterson, 39 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, a block and a steal. Dave Hickey, 14 points, 10 assists, 3 blocks, 6 rebounds. We won't maybe mention the 8 turnovers. That's a big, big number. And a big part of what's allowed this South East Melbourne team back into this. McGee is putting up some numbers, but tell you what, QJ Peterson's not far behind him. They've scored 68 points between the two of them, Zach. So, yeah, McGee's certainly carrying this Illawarra team this year. He just needs some others to go with him, and maybe Dave Hickey to wind back on those 8 turnovers. And the other story is Nathan Sobey. He's got 17 points. They've all been scored. They were all scored in the fourth quarter. Whereas Awundu, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. John Brown's got 15 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Like, these are huge stat lines for both teams to have these sorts of numbers. Sobey going to work. Fires it wide. Awundu. Glover can't get the 3 to go. It's punched up in the air. Peterson, the smallest man out there, soars above them all. Lobs it down. Sobey intercepts it. It was intended for McGee. 45 seconds on the clock. Awundu for 3. Drains it. 1 point ball game. 43 seconds on the clock in overtime. This is something. What a game. When you tell me the third's playing ninth, this is not what you've got on your bingo card. 20-second differential here. I want to get a shot away. Peterson from way downtown and drains it. My goodness. Make that 42 points for QJ Peterson. Sobey's going to try and do it himself. He gets up over the top and it drops for 2. 20 seconds on the clock. 111, 109. Brown straight away to foul. He's not happy with it. He's bouncing off everyone and anyone. 18.1 seconds on the clock. Arguing that it wasn't a foul. He got hand as well as ball. It looks pretty clear cut to me. He's still blowing up about it, John Brown III. Well, this is some finish in the NBL, that is for sure. It's coming down to 18.1 seconds. It'll be inbound ball. Is it? No, it'll be at the line. They are in the bonus. I apologise. Dave Hickey goes to the line. He's already got 14 points. Shooting at 75%. He's 2 from 2 from the free throw line so far today. Make that 3 from 3. They lead by 3. There's a lot of threes going on there. Yeah, Zach, this is wild. This is wild. I can't believe how many times this season teams have overturned big deficits and come back. Talked about it before. I think it was like 24 or 25 points Brisbane came back against New Zealand in New Zealand. New Zealand came back from double digits last night against Sydney. Like, it is a wild season of NBL. Teams are not putting up 4 quarters. Hickey gets the second one there. 113, 109, 18.1 seconds. John Brown is a very, very angry man right now. Catch-a-leer inbound for Sobey. Brown sets the screen. Sobey's just going to try and run around everyone. Try and drain a 3. Airballs it. Swakala Bullock. He's going to get fouled by Aleer, is he? No, Dave Hickey gets away. Throws it down an open QJ Peterson. I know they're not going to worry about fouling now. QJ goes for the 3. Doesn't go. And that is all she wrote from Illawarra. QJ Peterson is pumped up after a 42-point night. And I tell you what, they made it nervy, 113 to 109. A big thank you to you all for tuning in. If you haven't already, we'd love it if you hit subscribe, if you give the video a like as well. Thank you to those of you who've gotten engaged in the comments. Let's have a run through the scorers. For South East Melbourne, they had 5 players in double digits. Top scorer was Wes Awundu, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. John Brown III got 15 points, 10 rebounds, all on the offensive boards, 4 assists. Who else do we have there? Nathan Sobey, their captain, 19 points, 7 into those in the fourth quarter, 2 in overtime, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. Big numbers from the captain. He left it late, but timed his charge reasonably well. Not quite enough to get the W, though. Geordie Hunter, 14 points as well. He was electric from 3-point range. He got 3 from 6. So, thanks, C Blood. Good to see you again, mate. Can't wait. We'll be back on the weekend. It'll be a little bit earlier because there'll be daytime games our time. So, might be straight off the back of the NBA games if you're around on Sunday. And Angus Glover, 15 points off the pine as well. So, well done for Glover. For the Hawks, I said some huge numbers here. 42 points for Peterson, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal and a block. JaVale McGee, 29 points at 67% shooting. 13 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 3 blocks. That is huge numbers. Will Davo Hickey, fresh off his Australian Boomers game, 16 points, 6 rebounds, 10 assists, a double-double for him as well. Those 8 turnovers really hurt, though. 3 blocks. They nearly gave away a 20-point lead. They took it to overtime. I still can't believe that. 12 points for Tyler Harvey, a little quieter night for him. 3 rebounds, 6 assists. Good numbers up all around. Plenty of other good players as well. Swakala Bullock, only 4 points, but 13 rebounds, 3 assists. They're big numbers. But what a game. What a night. Can't believe it went to overtime, but that is time for me to check out and go to bed. If you are tuning in, keep an eye on the scores of the top 4 clash between Perth and Melbourne that is to come. It is about to get underway from Perth. But in the meantime, a big thank you to you for tuning in to your home of the black and white of sports. No grey opinions here. Hit subscribe, give us a like, and we look forward to seeing you again next time for either one of our daily doses or our live watch-alongs.